What is going on, everybody? So today's topic is going to be interesting. There's a lot of things that I've been getting spammed on my videos, and there's gliders. As you guys can see, I'm gliding inside somebody's base. This guy is completely oblivious for where I am, and a lot of people have been saying the glider seems like they're ROP, like they're broken, and to a certain extent, I do gotta agree with certain things. I don't agree with everything that people are saying. I mean, I don't think the gliders are broken. I just think the gliders are as good as the user. Because if you get a shitty user with a glider, you ain't gonna go nowhere. But I mean, if you get an okay user with the glider, I mean, you might get somewhere. There's a few things why I think the gliders are a little bit broken. There's a few things why I think the glider is not as bad as people make them seem. So I'm going to be talking about that in this video, whether I think the gliders ruined the game or not. Obviously, in my opinion, I don't want to be a little bit biased, so I want to point out the good and the bad, and why certain people think that the gliders are broken or not. So as you guys can see, I literally flying into people's roof and taking over the private loot drop. So that's I can see as to a certain extent as to why people believe it's broken. And yeah, but I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to be biased. I do use the glider a lot, guys, so I do believe it is an amazing tool for me because I have it, but I could understand other people's frustration as to why it's not. So this was just literally the first day on the server. You guys see me, I glided into here, I killed the guy, took his private care package, he spent 200 tickets on it, and I just flew in with my care package. I just flew in with my glider and just stole his private drop. So, I mean, that sucks for him, but it is what it is, guys. That's the end of the day. So here you guys are going to see me doing the same thing. I'm going to fly to somebody's roof, I'm going to steer their drop, I'm going to blow into their base a little bit to stop them from spawning there. So let me get started with the bad. Why is it bad? I think it's bad because how high it goes. When I bought the glider, I wasn't expecting it to come with the boost, which is kind of the jetpack or whatever you want to call it, which just literally boosts you up. I was expecting more of if I have to build the tower to be able to glide, which it doesn't stop you. I mean, if you want to glide, you could just build the tower. But I do feel like it's sort of broken because of the jetpack effect on it. So the jetpack effect kind of gives it a little broken side to it. I have stated before in my previous videos, from the ground up you go 7 floor highs. So with the boost, so the boost gives you a 7 floor height. So I do think that's kind of a little bit broken. I don't think it's unstoppable because, guys, with the glider, it's not like the glider goes fast. The glider goes pretty slow. So it honestly depends on how you use it and who the user is. The way we use it, I think my Legion and me use it pretty effectively. So you guys can see it. The beginning of the server, what we're doing with the gliders. I mean, I used them pretty effective, and I stolen many private drops. Like, I stolen so many private drops, it's not even funny. I stolen more than probably 10 private drops, and we're talking about, that's a decent amount of tickets, probably like 2,000 tickets, right? Yeah, probably 2,000 tickets right there. And my Legion has stolen a bunch of things, so it does suck. But at the end of the day, I mean, for the people that are complaining about me stealing their care package or loot drop, however you want to call it, with my glider, I mean, you're also doing the pay to win. So I mean, we could go back and forth and be like, oh, at least a loot drop is not as bad as a glider. But yes, guys, I do think it's pretty bad with the jetpack. I think if they nerf the jetpack, in my opinion, it's not gonna stop people from gliding, because I could just build a tower a floor high and steal, do the same thing, just fucking glide to a base. So in that aspect, I do think that the glider shouldn't have the jetpack. I mean, for me, it's amazing because I have it. I mean, I can't complain and knock something I do use a lot and have. But for people who don't have it, I can see as to why it bothers them. Like right here, I came into this guy's drop. I took over their loot. I got an M4, and that was on the second day of the server. So you guys gonna see me here. I glide into this people base. They're completely oblivious of where I am or how I got to the top of their base. And it's funny. I mean, just remember, I'm doing all this solo, guys. This is just me solo, jumping into people bases, get them unexpectedly, because what they think is for them to be able to get into my base, they have to be like, they have to climb. Excuse my aim, dude. My aim went out the ass on this. I don't know how I missed so many shots, but yeah. So going back to that, yes, the glider is broken to a certain extent. I believe so. It won't stop people, so that's for sure. It's not gonna stop people. But if the gliders didn't have the jetpack boost, I think it won't be as broken and people won't complain a lot about the jetpack. I mean, about the glider. I feel like it should be fine without the jetpack. You still be able to boost, but not to the same certain extent. You actually have to take your time, build the tower. So it's not going to stop people from doing what I'm doing right now. But it'll definitely slow down the process. At the end of the day, guys, you need to understand the glider is nothing more than the helicopter. I mean, with the helicopter, I still be able to drop on top of people's bases. I do believe a lot of people are going to be like, well, with the glider silent. Yes, the glider silent. I'm pretty sure if I would have had a helicopter, all these people would have known that I was on top of their base. But yes, to a certain extent, I do agree with the people that are saying it didn't have to be added, but at the same time, guys, it's not something that's unstoppable. People can stop it. It's not hard to stop. I mean, it goes pretty slow. It goes just a little bit faster than you running on foot. So I've been shot down plenty of time from a glider. So it's not like, you know, it's unstoppable. I feel like the glider is just as good as the people who use it. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't make a difference, because if people are not using glider, they're going to use the helicopter. And the helicopter is the same thing. It's just a little bit inconvenient because you actually have to leave the helicopter and land and stuff like that. Another thing that I noticed about the glider is you can put gas on the glider, and the gliders are pretty much untouchable. I don't know how I feel about that. Like I said again, I'm trying not to do a biased opinion because I use it a lot. You can literally go to crude oil and have a 1x1, run crude oil, cook the oil over there, put it on your glider, set free, and take it back to your base. A lot of people, I don't know if they're doing that. I'm doing that. So to a certain extent, yes, it's broken on that aspect. But for the people who have it, guys, it's the most amazing thing that you actually could do that. You could just go make a 1x1, farm crude oil, put everything on your glider, sell free, back to base with all the oil. So yes, it's broken. I feel like it didn't need to be added to the game. At this point, I feel like the game should be focusing on fixing the game a little bit more. But if they're not, guys. So at the end of the day, like I said, you have to get with the program. If they have this, then you have to either you get it or you find a way around it. There's no in between. And it's sad that it got to that point, but there's no in between. So I'm sorry for the people who can't afford it. Yeah, I do have to agree with you guys. It was something that did not to be added to the game. I do have to agree with that. I don't feel like it was necessary for this game, but it's already added, guys. There's nothing we could do about it. I mean, it's getting to the point which, like I said on my previous video, I don't see this game dying right now. But if they continue down this path, I'll give it 3-4 months before this game actually starts dying. Social servers are popping. So if you actually want to have some PvP, I practice a lot of social servers. So you could go practice some social server. That's how I practice with my glider, guys. I actually sat down a social server for a long time. and practice with my glider. There's a glitch. I don't know what the hell was going on here. Just ignore this. I couldn't build, so I just built something retarded. Anyways, there is yes. Anyways, going back, I practice a lot of gliding with on social server, so I found ways to use it, plus the way I play. But at the end of the day, guys, the glider is a little bit broken. Yes, it is. It didn't need to be added, but it's already here. So just try to work around it, guys, or get a glider like everybody else. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to cut my video short here. Hope you guys enjoy.